temperature, the moisture coming in from the Atlantic. Offshore, those bright colors, by the way, indicating some showers and thunderstorms out over the Gulf Stream, and that's one of the reasons why this storm has intensified so quickly. All that warm Atlantic water streaming up from Cape Hatteras, giving some added juice and fuel to this mighty blizzard, which is cranking away historical snowfall so far. Philadelphia so far, a record 24-hour snowfall. And in New York City, not a record snowfall, but certainly plenty to go around, and certainly even ski around the Capitol. And in Washington tonight, our very own Jeff Morrow is standing by. He's been hanging out now for 24 hours in the mall. And Jeff, we've had sleet, we've had snow, and now snow pellets, I hear, there in D.C.
That's right, Mike. We thought we'd show you a little meteorology here. Now, I'm going to have to bone up on this a little bit about how these things form, but we've seen a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow, and I guess I understand you can see these pretty well here, but these little balls, they're like little mothballs almost on top of the heavier snow, about 13 or 14 inches that we have. Those are called snow pellets. It's not really sleet, which is an ice ball. This is all made of snow here, and it's just like there's a bunch of little snow ball bearings down that's on top, and that's the latest form of precipitation we've had. So this storm definitely has thrown a little bit of everything at us tonight.
Okay, Jeff, and I believe those snow pellets form when snowflakes, as they drop down, there's a little melting, and that little bit of melting refreezes very quickly, and then they come on down to the ground, and that's the snow pellets. You stay warm and dry. We'll check back with you in about an hour in Washington. Meanwhile, we want to show you the snowfall totals. Very impressive, unprecedented snowfall for 24 hours, and it's still coming down in Philadelphia. Take a look right now, 26 inches in Philly, across the river in Cherry Hill, good old Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 21 inches. In Washington, depending on where you are, out in the suburbs, out around Gaithersburg, out in Dulles, around Dulles Airport, going out Fairfax County and then Loudoun County, 19 inches. I believe right now 14 to 15 on the ground at National, and so far 14 at LaGuardia. Tell us about what's going on right now in the park.
Mike, we're on the south end of Central Park, and that has helped us a little bit here on the Upper West Side, where the winds have come down from the north. So they have about 50 blocks of trees through the park to kind of block some of that wind. And that has definitely helped matter somewhat. But you can see that the snow is blowing around, and it's picked up a little bit in the last couple of hours. We had about an hour or more where it was very light, and we thought, well, maybe we're at the tail end of this or something. But things have picked up again. We're getting more of that, of course, moisture in from the Atlantic. And we're going to go ahead and do the check for you again on our bench over here and show you how much snow we have. You can see that to kind of clear away a spot, we have a good 10, maybe 11 inches at this point. We're working on a foot. No, we don't have as much, I think, here as they have at the airport, but it is continuing to come down. Just about everything here in Manhattan is closed tonight, so pretty quiet by New York City standards.
Okay, Jill, I'm sure the Monday morning rush hour will be a real debacle. A lot of people probably will stay home, and we'll check back with you in about an hour in the Big Apple. The Weather Channel's Jill Brown. Now, it's also been snowing not only in New York City, but out on the island. If you're trying to get around on the LIE, the Long Island Expressway this afternoon, you probably saw Atlanta, and it's snowing in Atlanta, continuing to snow shower, only an inch on the ground, but an inch of snow in Atlanta is like 2 feet in New York. Still a lot of ice on the highways. That will cause problems. The storm, though, is still throwing a lot of moisture back in towards Long Island. You saw it snowing in the park with Jill Brown, snowing now into southern New England. Heaviest snowfalls, though, will avoid northern New England. For instance, the ski resorts, you're not going to get much of anything, but Boston, especially out on the Cape around Nantucket, and all these areas in here have just gotten pounded. We mentioned the all-time 24-hour record in Philadelphia, and the snows continue. And even around Dover, where it's been sleeting, cold air is coming back in. Salisbury, you'll go back over to snow, maybe pick up a couple more inches tonight as that moisture feeds in from this tremendous, tremendous storm. And it's not quite over yet. Back through West Virginia, some of the ski resorts there getting over 2 feet. In northwestern North Carolina, up in the Appalachians around Boone and Ski Beach, 27 plus inches of snow. And you can still see some of the snow flurries around Birmingham and Atlanta, a few flakes in the south, and that causes tragedy on the highways. There's your snowfall history, at least a foot in many areas from Kentucky all the way into the mid-Atlantic, the Jersey Turnpike, the northeast extension of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, very slippery. Stay off the highways. And don't forget to check ahead if you're doing any flying into the northeast tomorrow, or if you're trying to get out. Getting out, forget it. Trying to get in, too, you're probably going to have delays, say if you're flying from Chicago or Atlanta or Dallas into Washington, New York, or Philadelphia. Quickly, the other aspect of the storm, this could be a real...
Eventually, we warm up. 44 here in Denver today, 64 degrees in Las Vegas, and 86...